Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's podcast. I hope that you're enjoying the podcast so far. Remember to click that subscribe button on whatever platform you're listening to so that you get notified when new podcasts come up. And remember to follow me on all my social media channels, Gardening with Ben on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. And in the description is a link to my merchandise shop where we sell some fantastic gardening t-shirts and hoodies for you to wear down in the garden or when you're out and about. So grab yourself a brew, sit back, relax and enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's podcast. Well, today it is Sunday, the end of the week, and wow, have we been busy down at the plot this week. So let's have a little roundup of what we've been getting up to down at the plot, as I have been struggling to get down onto the plot and keep it maintained and looking good and weed free. So it needed a lot of work doing to it to get it back to how it should be looking really, and it's still a long way off from how it should be looking but it's starting to look decent again, and you can actually see where the vegetables are and the fruit now. So this week we have been mainly concentrating on picking all my plums, my Victoria plums. Wow, they're still fruiting and still ripening. It's hard to keep up with how many are ripening at the moment, but we're getting on top of it and we're keeping it all up to date. So we've been doing that. We've also been sorting out some rose cuttings. If you are a subscriber of my YouTube channel, I've just uploaded a YouTube video of me experimenting taking some rose cuttings from the roses that I've got growing, as they did really well last year. They were the first year in, so they're not massive, but they're small enough, and we did get some nice roses on them. So I thought, why not take some rose cuttings and see if we can actually get some rose bushes growing ourselves on the allotment, just to fill in down the sides really, because I do grow a lot of flowers from seed, but obviously if you've got the plants in there then you don't need to purchase them really, and the bees absolutely love the roses and they look beautiful as well, so what more could you ask for down on your allotment? So we've got that to do. And yeah, have a look at that video and let me know if you think that the cuttings will take. I tried one about a fortnight ago and that rooted really well, so I'm pleased with how that's gone on. And I've also taken a cutting off one of my friend's hydrangeas and that is rooting as well, so hopefully we'll have lots more flowers growing down on the plot, because that is the plan for the site, for my plot, to have as many flowers growing as possible down the borders, along the front of the plot, just to add that brightness and to attract the bees, because there's more people coming on the site now, so the bees will find other plots to look for. But if I have the most flowers and the best flowers for the bees, then obviously they'll come and attract to my plot. So that is a lot of what we've been doing. We've obviously been doing lots and lots of weeding. There's always lots and lots of weeding to be done, so we've been cracking on with that. I'm also going to be looking at planting my Christmas potatoes now, as around now is the time to be planting your Christmas potatoes. If you've not know how to plant Christmas potatoes, the best way to do it is to get a tub or a big bucket and put a layer of compost or soil in the bottom, plant about 3 or 4 potatoes in the bottom, and then fill it up with soil and obviously water it. But around this time you can leave them outside and they'll be fine, but when the colder weather starts to come in October, they'll need to go inside in a polytunnel or a greenhouse, just so that it stops them from getting attacked by the frost really, because the frost will kill the potato plants, and you don't want that once you've planted all your Christmas potatoes really. So hopefully we'll get some potatoes on the go and get them going. and I'm going to be looking at getting my garlic going soon. Around September, that is the time to be planting it. So we're going to be looking at planting my garlic pretty soon, really. It needs the cold weather to help split the clove and to create the garlic bulb. So that's the reason why you plant it around September, October time. So we need to be looking at where to grow them. As obviously I want to grow them in a different patch to what I grew them in this year, and hopefully we'll get the same amount of produce we did from these ones, because last year I just purchased the bulbs from the supermarket. I went for the biggest bulbs, split them up into the cloves, hoped for the best, and grew them, and they did really well. So that's what I'm going to do again. Not go to the garden centres or anything, just go to the supermarket and buy the garlic cloves. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully a better year on the plot next year. I've let it slip a lot this year, which I'm ashamed about really, but hopefully we can get a good crop next year. But the fruit has been fantastic on the plot, so I can't complain at that. In my other episode of why we should grow fruit, you know the reasons that it saves so much money and you get delicious fruit from your produce as well. So that's basically what we've been up to. In next week's episodes we will be talking about what to sow in September, all the allotment jobs to be doing in September. So make sure you do click that subscribe button on the platform that you're listening to, and feel free to leave a review. So until next time, remember, keep gardening. Thank you for listening to today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed Gardening with Ben. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the podcasts what are launched, and check out the link in my bio to my fantastic shop selling some fantastic t-shirts and hoodies for you to wear down at the allotment. And you can also get a Gardening with Ben mug. So feel free to check it out, and remember, keep gardening.